Are the players as they prepare for another bit of action in the Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel, and the opening match will see last year's beaten finalists Waterhouse take centre stage. They'll be facing off with Humber Lion, and I tell you what, it's all the precursor to Monday Night Football a little bit later on. It's pretty cool here, probably because it's a few minutes to 5 o'clock local time. It's 31 degrees Celsius. As always, it's windy here, 35 kilometers per hour, and should be fair conditions for the rest of the evening into the night. As we welcome to your coverage here on the Home of Champions, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Chris Taylor, and we prepare for the action here. Just a quick synopsis on what are you expecting, Chris, this evening?
I think this will be a very tight matchup between these two teams. Humber Lion coming into good form at the moment, and Waterhouse have won 4 out of their last 5 as well, so it will be a tough match. Humber Lion probably in their best form we've seen so far this season, and in recent time Humber Lion have done well against this Waterhouse outfit.
Of course, yesterday we saw some action, of course, on Sunday, as Dun Beholden, they wanted to go clear, further clear at the top of the table, and they actually took the lead. That was a wonderful header from Atafoy Bygrave, Nicoy Christian with a pass.
4th assist of the season for Nicoy Christian, 11th goal of the season for Atafoy Bygrave, and yet this was always going to be a tough match based on Tivoli's form, and a big 2 points missed for Dumbleholden in terms of extending their lead, because a win for Waterhouse will take them back in pole position at the top of the table.
Garnett was brought down inside the box, and there was an easy call for the referee for Tivoli to score from 12 yards.
Rodico Wellington with his 3rd of the season, Tivoli's number 9, and a lot of composure in that penalty kick.
In the second game of the doubleheader, that's a wonderful ball from Colorado Murray, and beating the offside trap was Trayvon Reed, and he would place that one well.
Great goal all around. Lovely pass, as I said, by Colorado Murray. But the composure here by Trayvon Reed, just the speed to take it away from the keeper, and then to open up his body nicely and just take his time and place it between the defenders. Excellent finish for his 5th of the season, 6th of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He says that it's his show. He turned provider on this occasion, and he would place this in the path of Colorado Murray, who was clearly onside, and an emphatic finish there for him.
Yeah, excellent finish by Colorado Murray. But again, just look at the Portmore defense here. A lot too passive, not closing down the play early. And Murray with his 4th of the season.
Yes, so just take a look at all the results from Sunday. Of course, the other game saw Cavalier and Veer United drawing 0-0, and Moby United and Arnett Gardens 2-2. It would be a little bit disappointing for Arnett Gardens, dropping points again.
Stutter steps for Arnett Gardens. A loss last week against Veer, and then the 2-2 draw. 2 disappointing results for their outfit. And yeah, there's a table. Dumbleholden still on top, but just 3 points ahead of Waterhouse. Waterhouse with a superior goal difference, so a win today, and Waterhouse will be back in that number 1 position. Arnett Gardens losing ground, now 7 points behind Dumbleholden after a draw and a loss. And we see Humber Lion in 8th position. Can't rise above Tivoli even with a win today. But yeah, Moby and Molynes fit the cellar positions.
So as we prepare for action, just to remind you that 2 games on this evening, as of course Monday Night Football a little bit later on, Molynes United against Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, exciting contest. Let's hear what the coaching staff had to say from both teams.
Well, the plan is to start good. In the last match that we played against Molynes, we got a penalty in the first opening minutes, probably about 6 minutes thereabouts, and we converted and we basically managed the game. Humber Lion, we know that's a physical team. As long as we start good and we manage the game from the first half, we should be able to put away our chances, create chances and put them away. So, and then that's basically will be the 3 points.
Different strategy this time around, because I see that Cardell Benbow is in the starting lineup.
Yes, man, Benbow is on form. We wanting to keep close tidings with Bygrave, who's on 11. So we want to give him that head start in this match.
Talk to me about the fact that there's now a possibility that you could now be top of the league after this game with victory. How is the team focusing on this encounter in the hope of actually getting the 3 points to be top of the table?
Just like previous seasons, we always want to be in the top 2 when it comes on to the business end of the season, so that we get that bye to the semi-final. So the plan is not different; it's the same, and we're looking forward to that.
And how's the squad gelling together as we go into the back end of the season?
The guys are bubbling, and after this match, we move on to CONCACAF, which we are looking forward to. So the spirit, the vibes, the energy is all good.
The squad is gelling together, right? I think we have a good squad. We have to give credit to the coaches. They're working hard behind the scene to get us ready for the game.
How do you manage to expectations based on the fact that you will now be juggling the Jamaica Premier League as well as the CONCACAF Club Championship?
Expectation is not. We don't looking for the expectation. We're just doing what we know to do. Again, the coach is keeping us grounded. We're focused on a match at a time.
Player to watch, Cardell Benbow, who was left out of the starting lineup last week. I thought that was a big mistake from Waterhouse. He's back in the starting lineup. 9 goals and 3 assists on the season for Cardell Benbow, and it's really been a top performance by this man so far, and one of the top 2 players, I say myself and Donado Thomas, really carrying Waterhouse in terms of goal scoring and creativity. Let's hear from Andre Price and Humble Lion and what they'll be bringing today.
Slowly but surely, that's the modus operandi of Humble Lion this season, and you've been picking up a few points in recent times. What's it like in the camp now?
Camp it's upbeat, took us a while to get going, but young players, some of them play in the Premier League for the first time, even our captain, his first Premier League season and captain a Premier League team. So, it's all about growth, and we have to be patient with the players. But they are running into a bit of form right now, and we'll find a Waterhouse team that are in 2 minds. We want to remain on top of the table, and they're going away on CONCACAF assignments. So we want to see if we can catch them off guard today and see if we can pile on some pressure and see if we can get 3 points.
But then you would expect so much from your team to try and get the better of Waterhouse. What's the mindset of the players though? The
players are hungry, they want to give a good shot for these last 6 games, and this is one of the games. We want to treat each match as a cup final and try and see if we can get maximum points every time we turn up.
They'll be thinking about trying to get into that top 6 as well.
Definitely, that's definitely one of the focuses and one of the driving factors for the remainder of the season, to be consistent and try and pick up points where possible.
I know it was a bit of a struggle last term. What would you have seen that would have shown some improvements this season?
I think it's just the growth of the young players. We are in a rebuilding stage, and we have accepted that. We have brought in a lot of young players, and we have to really get them to blend with the more experienced players who we expect to carry them along. And I believe that we are finding in the right combinations at this point in time.
Well, the vibes is very great, like we've gone 2 wins, 2 from 2 so far. I want to continue that.
What's that winning feeling like now? Talk to me about that, because I know that you'd have struggled at the start of the season, but now you're getting into the groove. What it's like?
Very good, very good.
I know that you'd have ambitions yourself to go into the playoff spot. What have the other players been saying in terms of trying to improve game by game?
Well, the 2 back-to-back wins, I think that's motivate the players them very much, so the push there, the willingness and all of that, yeah.
Andre Clennon, their player to watch. 2 goals and 1 assist on the season, and one of the more senior players in this team. Strong figure up front, and he'll be hoping to be among the goals today if they're to get a result against this tough Waterhouse team. We'll go to a break. When we come back, the starting lineups and more.
are back at the National Stadium East Field as we prepare for a long evening of football, starting with Waterhouse, last year's beaten finalists, facing off with Humble Lion. Waterhouse with a chance of going top of the table with 3 points over a Humble Lion team, hoping to move up the table as well as try for a playoff spot, which of course is in the top 6 of the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel, and the teams are making their way out. That's Waterhouse in their traditional blue and white outfit, and of course they'll be doing battle with Humble Lion. The start of the season was filled with a lot of humility for the Lions, but in the last few games they've been unbeaten, last 4 games in fact, and that includes a couple of victories as well. And as they make their way out to the middle, their thoughts on the game, Chris Taylor, and your thoughts on this game.
It will be a close one. As we said earlier, Humble Lion coming into good form, as I said. Only 4 victories in 20 matches though in their history against Waterhouse, but in recent times it has looked good. Referee Daniel Parchment will be the man in the middle, most experienced referee out of Jamaica, first tier referee in CONCACAF.
Yo, all the best, alright? Big up.
Yeah, man, all the best here.
Mysterious ball.
As we hear the message sent from the between the 4 officials.
1 for all? Yeah, 1 for all. Teamwork, management, communication.
So this is Waterhouse as we have them. Their starting lineup: Kemar Foster is in goal. They do have a back 4 of Kimani Campbell, Malik Cocking, Elvis Wilson and Ricardo Thomas. In the middle of the park, the returning Cardell Benbow, who has 9 goals to his name, beside Keith Simpson, Ramon Howell and Donato Thomas. Up front, Shaquille Bradford with 3, Javon James with 2 goals.
And they'll be playing with a 4-4-2 formation. Good to see Cardell Benbow back in the starting lineup. I think they're a more balanced team with him in there. Shaquille Bradford starts yet again.
As far as Humble Lion is concerned, Shamal Briscoe will be in goal, and he'll be behind the back line of Rico Edwards, Afiba Chambers, Xavier Virgo and O'Dane Murray. Murray has played every single minute of the Humble Lion campaign so far, and he starts again, the captain in the middle of the park. Keneal Hyde holding, and in front of him Jibison, Dallas Clennon and Thomas Thompson. That's Javane Thompson behind striker Kemar Mullings with 3 goals to his name.
They'll be playing with a 4-1-4-1 formation, and yeah, experienced Virgo, good to see him back in the starting lineup after his red card absence last week.
Of course, the Jamaica Premier League is powered by Digicel. Daniel Parchment is the man in charge of this fixture, and we'll get on the way now. Waterhouse will start the action. They'll be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea and towards downtown Kingston, and Humble Lion will be kicking towards the Blue Mountain Range and what you'd call uptown Kingston, I suppose. Those familiar with these parts know that it's like some communities of Ligani and Mona in that direction. That's a good looking cross, you know, but the keeper was alert, he was, as he came to collect Shamal Briscoe. And Waterhouse will be wanting a better start this time around. Yeah, they did score early from the penalty spot, albeit from Keith Simpson in their matchup with Malines United. But outside of that, they really weren't off to the races, so they'd want a brisk start, and that's exactly what we're seeing here so far.
Yeah, that's been a struggle for them this season, and the coaching staff very aware of that. You know, they have had really good second halves, but the first half has been really slow generally, and they've ended most of the games well. Last week wasn't that kind of story. I thought overall it was a very average performance by Waterhouse.
Humble Lion would have gotten the better of Marcel Fuzzy Gale last season at the JFF Centre of Excellence.
2-1 was that fixture, that scoreline.
There's a delivery inside, and it's put behind, probably a little bit too close for comfort. It was Donato Thomas doing some defending there.
Good delivery into the box, into the business area, yeah. It was an awkward height for Denada Thomas. Found a way out of play.
Earlier fixtures this season ended 1 apiece. Cumberland trying to get the early lead here. That's a good looking cross inside the box, but there was nobody really attacking at the back post. Rika Edwards setting it out wide, and it's going to be a throw into Cumberland. Edwards will take it himself.
Yeah, that's been the most familiar result. Drawn games between these two. There's been 9 of them of the 21 that they have contested. Always a very close fixture. Waterhouse, they have 8 wins, Humberland 4. The last Waterhouse win came back in 2020, some 2 years ago.
Andrew Price, of course, is the head coach of this Cumberland team. Slowly but surely moving up the standings. Every time since the 2015-2016 season a team has won this fixture, it was decided by 1 goal. So you're right, Chris, it's really been close encounters. Benbow sends it out wide. Thomas couldn't wrap his foot around it. You'll have more opportunities, I'm sure.
And there's a lot more quality than we just saw, especially from the wide areas. National experience as well, Ricardo Thomas. Did note from in the last game that we've seen a bit of inconsistency in this game in the last 3 games or so with his crossing and defensive work, so that's something that you'll be looking to do a lot better today. That man between the sticks is a big deal for Waterhouse. Kemar Foster was missing, was overseas for a while, now back into the starting lineup. 2-time Premier League champion with Portmore United. Lots of experience.
I wonder how much better Humberland would have been if they didn't lose their usual skipper, Andrew Vanzi.
The team captain.
Leg. Yep.
Yeah, and Vanzi was having a pretty good season as well. The last 2 seasons, in fact, last season he managed 5 goals even from a defensive midfield position.
And sometimes he was playing as one of the centre backs for Humberland as well. I thought he was probably one of the best, if not the best, centre-footed midfielder in the country.
Yeah. Very good from the dead ball scenarios as well.
Mm-hmm.
Scored a free kick already. Had 2 goals for this season, Vanzi, and that's a big loss. One of the experienced players, as you said, within this Humberland team. Clennon is another, and Vishanal Harris, who is also missing. A man who has scored over 30 goals in the Premier League in his career.
Yet he would have shown glimpses last season as well as a few times this year.
Well,
but surely not the type of person that we would have seen at Arnick Gardens.
Yeah. And Andrew Price spoke about the need for the young players to step up to the plate. But yeah, did understand as well the purpose of the experienced heads, and for the most part he's lost 2 of them.
Ball punted long, and
Virgo and another very experienced player. Good to see him back in. Got a red card 2 games ago, missed last week's game against Portmore.
Of course, we're used to him on the right hand side of the defense, running along the flank with speed. A bit of the speed has left him over the years, but had so much quality, and also impressed in the national team when he got the opportunities as well, I felt. Javen Virgo.
Playing in a centre-back role today. Where's the number 3 for Humble Lion? Xavier Virgo. Maybe the team will say that they still did well without him last week because they kept a clean sheet against Portmore. Portmore really struggling this season. Last 4 games for Humble Lion, 2-1 all draws.
Ball over the top, looking for Cadel Benbow, who's trying to win it and does. Trying to
A 2-0 and a 1-0.
Trying to make
Set
a
of
sneaky
victories.
link inside. Wasn't it was that occasion, Benbow? But yeah.
As the game goes on, I'm sure Benbow will will tend to pull wide, which probably has more joy. Pull wide and use his speed in the flank areas.
And Thomas is making a run down this right hand side. He remains on the turf. Touching his face. See what happened here. Was it a Hunters?
Well,
Elbow to the face.
Nicholas Anderson, the first official, was right there, and there was no flag from him. He was literally 2 yards away. So I'm not sure if he thought it was accidental, but he certainly didn't think it was a foul.
Well, Thomas is going to be fine. Edwards, Rico Edwards. Players would love these conditions.
Nice and cool. And if you know about the Stadium East ground, there's a heavy cross breeze which comes from the road towards us. And it's an awkward breeze as well. It's one that, as you play here, you learn how to adjust in terms of the way you play the ball.
I guess it's best described as swirling,
Yeah.
isn't it, right? Clayton with the first touch and sending it out wide. Still with the possession, Humble Lion. Oh, lost it. There's Benbow looking for an outlet. Javon James wasn't going to get there. Kept in play. Javane Thompson inside to Hyde. Back to Chambers. Or rather, that was Jibison in the number 8. This is Dallas. Chambers to Virgo.
There you see that wind again, just carrying the ball. On that flank, you'll tend to see a lot of overhit passes going from right to left.
Denardo Thomas looking to go from left to right. And Benbow couldn't get there. Digger Thompson, you just saw.
O'Neal Digger
Assistant
Thompson,
coach
yeah.
of Humble Lion.
And if you think about the defensive capabilities of both himself and Andrew Price over the years, you realize why they're such a stubborn defense line. Humble Lion.
Steely resolve.
Yeah. And their attitude is there's a no tolerance for the defensive errors, and then they try to see what they can do up front in terms of enhancing the attack.
I suppose they'll be together at Humble Lion if they are allowed to continue there. Especially with Boys Town not being around, because that's their connection from back in the day. O'Neal Thompson and Andrew Price. They were very close as player and coach as well. Down at Collinsbeck Drive. Neighbours to Arnett Gardens, for those who are just joining our coverage of the Premier League these last couple of years and would not be au fait with the location. Deliver inside, took a deflection. There was there a late challenge there? Well, I think it's going to be a free kick. to Waterhouse over on that far side.
Virgo, the man involved.
Was there
There it is.
handball? Yeah. Made himself, or tried to make himself as big as possible. Back was turned, hit the arm. Referee Daniel Parchment figured that it was an easy call. So a free kick to Waterhouse. There's a delivery inside, headed away. Back there was Rika Edwards. Waterhouse still trying to gain an advantage here as it's sent out wide. 3 players attacking at the back post. It's Thomas. Decides to take it down. This one is lofted inside looking for Bradford. And Gibson running away with this. And getting by a challenge. Sending it out wide. Thompson plays it out further over on the right hand side to Clennon. 3 players waiting on it. Oh, that was a poor ball. Really, it was a poor cross. And the opportunity wasted by Cumberland. They are now a confident team, Humberline, but they have to do some defending now. Benbo keeps it in play. Bradford in front of him. Needed a better ball to Howell. Howell trying to win it back. Did he commit the foul? Or says play on. And now it goes the other way. This game is a little stretched. Chris Taylor. Jimson coming forward. Leonardo Jimson sends it out to Javane Thompson. Thompson does well. Not sure why he decided to continue along the touchline or the byline. But he did win a corner kick for his team, so I suppose it ended all right for him.
Yeah, Javane Thompson. Remember his days at Glenmuir when he was scoring a lot of goals in the Costa Cup. Has only 1 goal so far this season, and with his skill, trickery and ability from the wide areas, I think Cumberland will be disappointed that there's not been more production from him in terms of goal scoring.
Kick it into the breeze. This one is headed away. Chambers getting the call. Over on that far side, Kimani Campbell was a little bit too close for comfort.
Goal scorer last week, Afiba Chambers. A solitary goal against Portmore. And he will be a danger man from these dead ball scenarios. Good in the air, Chambers.
There's a delivery inside. Bounces in the area, the head is over the top though. It was an awkward bounce inside the area. And can Neil hide on the end of that one? He wanted it to be at a more comfortable height.
Yeah.
Because of that awkward bounce.
And the bounce was high.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but found himself under it in the end.
Couldn't quite adjust, could he?
No.
Gibson for the dink. Thompson gets there. Oh, what skill by Javane Thompson! The shot at the near post had to be saved. Thompson with a bit of magic, almost getting his 2nd goal as well. But Kemar Foster had to be alert.
That's what he's capable of, Javane Thompson. As we said, that speed in the flank here and good trickery there, good skill to get past. I just think he should have gone for the far post though. Javane Thompson. Here's that move to get in. Great acceleration. But Kemar Foster was always at the near post. Should have gone far post, it would have been a goal.
Corner kick again, and Foster had to fire it over the top. It's another corner kick.
Yeah, this breeze not easy to manage for the players, especially the goalkeepers. Some will hang and some will really come at you. From this side of the road, it tends to really come in and then dip viciously.
Exactly.
The previous one has a hanging way about it.
Both in swingers though. And we expect another in-swinger, and so it is. And again, he had to just adjust and touch it away. There's a whistle on the play, and he may have been impeded. Foster. Favouring his calf at the moment, Kamar Foster. We don't have a bad game on our hands here between Waterhouse and Humberline. Waterhouse, of course, would have seen that Dunbeholden, they dropped points yesterday, drawing 1-1 with Tivoli Gardens, and Humberline plotting a Waterhouse slip-up this evening.
And as we said, this encounter has always been close. Let's hear the news from Marcel Gale.
Did you hear a word that he said? I think the players understood, though, that's for sure.
Well, he will hope so. Not sure if we've seen Shaquille Bradford touch the ball yet for Waterhouse.
Well, he's making a run that Donata Thomas did see. Lost it to Hyde.
This is what Humberline do very well. Battle hard for the ball in the defence line. They are quite narrow, very organised.
Challenge came in. James was there for Waterhouse. Yep, yeah, he was late.
Striker's challenge there. Javon James getting a lot of starts. Javon James for this Waterhouse team. Just 2 goals to the season.
You sound surprised by that?
A bit surprised, but his work rate, I think, is what gets him into that starting lineup. He's a very busy player. Just would like to see him fine-tune his finishing a bit more. James runs hard, needs to be a little bit more physical, I think, as a centre forward in terms of his battles for balls, but no one can fault him for his work rate. So he certainly have that in common.
Yeah. Thomas in the way this time. Before it will get through to Thompson, here's Benbow. Cardell Benbow, was he bundled from behind? Referee says play on.
That one surprised me. I thought they went through the back of Benbow. Unless referee Parchment thinks that it was just a bit soft. But it certainly wasn't a shoulder to shoulder. No. Another tussle with Bradford. Bradford maybe tugging a bit too much.
He's doing his best to allow play to just try and flow. Being in Parchment. Sometimes the players, they can't help themselves.
Referee, what's up? Referee, what's up? One more.
Free kick to Humberline. And it's an interesting position here. Let's see what they can do with it. Waterhouse have already built the wall. And Parchment just reminding them about the use of arms. Moody's behind this. So too is Javane Thompson. He finds the wall. And the whistle goes. There was a handball there.
By the one Humberline player in the wall.
Well,
it was a poor kick by Thompson nevertheless, but yeah.
It was.
Yeah, his teammate bailed him out.
Sort of. We still remember the kick. It's another free kick to Waterhouse.
So many fouls in the game so far.
And you're saying that there could be more. Here's Thomas looking to go wide, finding his brother. Oh, just needs a better connection there. Still with it. Waterhouse. James was trying to gather and couldn't.
He gathered, Donna, but I just don't know what James was thinking to go through there.
Well, I actually figured that he lost his footing. Waterhouse with the majority of the possession so far at 52%. Nice. I am, but still. Campbell. Howell. Simpson. Oh, nice turn, Keith Simpson. Then he was trying to stab it forward to Benbow, who wasn't quite expecting it. Clennon utilizing his body well there. There's no foul in that. Hyde skips by a challenge, or at least tries to. Was impeded, but nothing doing there. It goes out for a throw in. Midway through this first half, haven't seen a lot of goal mouth activity, but the game is interesting, if not laced with quality as yet. Ball over the top looking for Bradford. Bradford hoping that a teammate was inside the box. It's headed away. Benbow picking it up. James. Thomas inside to Keith Simpson. Was trying to do a 1-2, I think, with Donada Thomas, who was nowhere close. Benbow picks it up. Benbow to James, back to Benbow. James committing the infringement there in the end. Now he goes the other way. Clennon has two up there with him. The yellow card comes out to,
no surprise,
to Clennon.
I think there was a step there from Clennon.
Well, if he did put in some studs, I'm not sure why he's acting so surprised.
Yeah. Very difficult as an official, I think, to manage Andre Clennon. Here it is. Yeah. There was a step there from him. A lot of times tends to be over aggressive. Likes to play the victim as well. Clennon.
Yeah, but that was almost sly.
Yeah. Sometimes reminds me of a player by the name of Richarlison in the Everton team. Very difficult from an official's perspective.
Yeah. No, I get that feeling too as well. One of the names in the pot as far as a possible Manchester United signing.
All the best.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, Clennon, that card, I think that's actually good officiating by Parchment. You would be very much aware.
Clennon's delivering inside. Thomas did enough. Hyde trying to go through.
Yeah, very much
Put him
aware
there.
of Clennon's behaviour and so on. So that will just tone it down.
Denada Thomas on the ball, has Cardell on the outside, finding Cardell. Benbow. Thomas. James miskicks. And now Denada Thomas will get some attention, I feel, holding his elbow. And Xavier Virgo holding his calf after being on the receiving end of that try.
It was James.
By James,
yeah,
yep.
James tried to kick around him. Just wanted to catch it on the volley, Javon James. I don't think it was a bad idea, but he didn't make any contact with the ball. He made all contact with Virgo.
His foot-eye coordination was a little bit off here in trying to get that one, but yeah. See anybody you know, Chris Taylor? Because I know you know a lot of people.
Lots of lovely spectators. Not sure based on the colours who they're necessarily supporting. There's certainly the Waterhouse supporters there.
At the top.
A strong following Waterhouse over the years. No matter where the match is being played.
Clennon knocks it down and it goes behind for a goal kick. Kimani Campbell does well. James goes down. Took a knock in his back. Thompson. It's back with Rupert Edwards.
Medical staff for Waterhouse very busy in this first half. They're getting a lot of fitness practice. James, the latest victim. Look through the back, the hand in the back, as you could see there. Two difficult teams to break down. It must be said, Waterhouse actually have the best defensive record in the league.
We have come again. That's all. Let's go, man. Stop me the ball up here over you. Easy. The ball behind me, eh? Ball behind me, I'm fast playing, huh? So take out to my back spin and fight. You have time.
Hyde. Gibson. Too much even for Thompson to chase. Bradford. Campbell is over there. Keeps it in play. Nice first touch from Campbell. Ball played inside. The chance here for Shaquille Bradford. Got away from him. Shamal Briscoe doing enough. Wanted a better first touch there. Just keep it a little bit closer to him. Benbow. Ricardo Thomas. Javon James almost got to Bradford. Waterhouse will try again. James, Simpson, free kick to Waterhouse. Decent position.
Could go for goal from this distance, even though the wind factor will probably play its part. Benbow likes it. Probably more suited for a left footer from this kind of angle. I think maybe Benbow might be thinking to bend it towards the far post. Maybe more of a pass than a shot, I think.
Let's see what happens here, because the three-man wall is set up. Benbow is behind this. Thomas decides to provide, and it comes off a humble line defender. Yep, came off Chambers. Going to be a corner kick to Waterhouse.
That was a good delivery into the box by Ricardo Thomas. I think that was the right idea. It was an awkward angle.
Denada Thomas now to supply this corner kick. Headed away by Clennon.
Humberland have done a good job of keeping Denado very quiet. I mean, he starts to get busy in the flank areas with his skill and the ability to beat players and get into dangerous positions. Waterhouse look very potent.
Campbell sends it high, and the catch is taken.
But both himself and Benbow have been denied those lovely runs in the flank areas so far. So good job by Humber Lion.
Not the most convincing clearance, but Waterhouse, they get away with it. Here's Denada Thomas. Hyde still manages to retain possession. Clennon. Here's delivery, and it had to be punched away. Thompson gathers. Javane Thompson driving this one inside the box, easily handled by Waterhouse. Thompson, first time inside, nice turn, looking for an additional yard of space. Sent out wide to the skipper O'Dane Murray. Murray sends it straight into the arms of Kimar Foster.
Good defending by Waterhouse, lots of players back. Very narrow as well, crowding out the opportunity for a shot.
Howell out wide to Benbow. Benbow cutting inside well. And James and Benbow again not on the same page. Humberline, when they do go forward, they attack in numbers. Here's the ball inside, looking for Clennon. The flag went up for offside anyway.
Clennon didn't know that at the time. That should have been finished by Clennon. And this is a part of the game that he needs to sharpen up on, Andre Clennon. When he gets in those positions, that has to be finished. A player of his experience, that has to be finished. 27 goals in his Premier League career, Andre Clennon. 2 so far this season, and could have had so many more had he been a bit more clinical. A man who's played overseas as well.
One of the young legends out of Bridgeport High School, Andre Clennon.
Played in Finland, played in the Middle East as well, Andre Clennon. Lots of experience.
Ricardo Thomas. Oh, Campbell is over on this side now. Benbow. Campbell. Benbow. Pulls it across. And the Humberline defense doing enough. Waterhouse with the party tricks on that occasion. Didn't quite bear fruit, but they did look good going forward. Again, here's a lofted ball looking for Clennon and Thomas. Denada Thomas doing some great defensive work there. He surely had to make the interception.
Yeah, good interception for the second time running though. Not sure if he got the right part of his body to it. It almost looked like he nosed it out of play.
He knows what he's doing.
Hence why it went in the wrong direction, but yeah, denied Clennon the opportunity.
Corner kick again. Oh, that was poor. Clearance wasn't much better. And gathering the ball is even worse. It's finally out into touch. Talk about the swirling wind, giving some issues. Virgil turning back the gears, sending this one high. Still a chance here that goes straight to the keeper, but there was a handball there anyway. Clennon arguing with the call.
As usual, did handle the ball though. Right. Oh, but it was actually off the shirt.
I wonder if it was...
It was actually off the sleeve, so it should have been legal.
Unless he had blown for something before.
Okay. Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously he had blown for the infringement and not the handball. That finish should have been a lot better though. Again, on the line, because they wouldn't have heard the whistle initially, so it was fair game up to that point. That is a really good opportunity. You have to be placing that left or right of Kemar Foster. These little half chances that Humble Line are getting have to do better.
The breeze took it away from Thomas, but I think there was a bit of a push there. Free kick to Waterhouse. Free kick to Waterhouse. Campbell behind this. Here's Campbell's delivery. Headed away by Virgo. Virgo looking to send it long to Dallas. No, it will go the other way. Thomas trying to get by Clennon. Denada Thomas. Bradford left the ball, trying to get it back, and does. Was he tripped up? He was. Free kick to Waterhouse.
Yeah, that was a foul. You can see the contact with the shin. Questionable as to whether Bradford committed a foul initially. Daniel Parchment said Bradford made contact with the ball, and that's the argument there. But Dane Murray, the skipper for Humble Line, obviously having something to say. He thinks that they should have gotten a call earlier. But that was certainly a foul on Bradford eventually. Few free kicks in and around this kind of area. We've seen couple from the left.
We have to get one right? Benbow is behind this. Kimani Campbell is also across there.
If you're going for goal, this would more suit Benbow than the last one they had.
James is also there as well. It is James.
surprised that Bembo didn't take it. It's the second one we've seen him leave. And that was always going high from James. Not sure he sorted out his feet well either. There was a lot of stutter steps before the kick. And looked like a bit of uncertainty as to whether he or Campbell was going to take the shot.
He's been using his face a lot, Donata Thomas, in heading away the ball. Ricardo Thomas. Chambers with the header looking for Clennon. Can he keep it in play? He can. The flag had gone off for offside, by the way, against Thompson. Howell. Donata Thomas. He's trying to get his brother into the action. Howell again. Campbell giving chase. Too much on it.
This game has been exactly what we thought it would be. Grueling, difficult for both teams, lots of fouls, highly competitive, not much goal-mouth action. In fact, I can't remember any real out-and-out chance. And a couple chances that we've seen, the offside flag has then gone up. One all early in the season. And Andrew Van Zigol, their team captain, who broke his leg and is out for the season.
Here's Clennon. Can't shoot from distance, you know. Clennon on his right foot. Hounded it away from the box. Clennon. Edwards. Edwards going goalwards over the top. Kemar Foster watching it all the way.
Well, earlier this season we had to wait to the second half before we saw any goals. The Vanzi strike came in the 66th minute, and then the equaliser from Keithy Simpson in the 77th. One all it ended. That was on the 20th of February.
Long ball inside the box, looking for Donata Thomas. James. Thomas. To Thomas. This is Donato. Bradford. Out wide. Benbow. Trying to drive that one goalwards. Didn't have the space to do so. Simpson trying to win it back. Get the impression that probably teams are getting a little bit tired as we approach the back end of the season, because we've seen the quality just drop a little bit. Dallas. That's the end of the first half. Danian Parchment has seen enough. Not a lot of goalmouth activity. Clennon has been integral. So too this man, Cadel Benbow, back in the starting lineup for Waterhouse. And both these teams will have a lot of talk, to talk about, and would have a lot of work to do come the second half. After 45 minutes, we're here to see a goal here at the National Stadium East Field. It's Waterhouse 0, Humble Lion 0.
Welcome back to the Jamaica Premier League Monday night football action here at the Stadium East Field in Kingston. And it's Humble Lion against Waterhouse. It's 0-0 after 45 minutes. Waterhouse currently sitting in second position and Humble Lion in 8th. And let's have a look at the first half highlights. Danian Parchment got things underway. And it's been a highly contested match, not much goal mouth action, and a rare opportunity for Humble Lion inside the area, and that ball put over the top by Keneal Hyde. Just couldn't make proper contact, the extra bounce, and they will continue to come forward. Look at this skill from Javane Thompson. Burst of speed, should have gone for the far post. He probably would have had a goal there, but Kemar Foster was covering the near post and did well, the experienced goalkeeper. Back in the starting lineup for Waterhouse. And they themselves tried to get forward on a couple of occasions. Waterhouse, Shaquille Bradford denied an opportunity. And then Clennon, well, eventually the flag would have gone up for offside, but he wouldn't have known at that time. Andre Clennon should have done better. Hit the crossbar, but should have made better contact and put it past Kemar Foster. 0-0 after 45 minutes. Let's have a look at the statistics. 2 shots, none on target for Waterhouse, 2 on target for Humble Lion from their 3 attempts. And it's been a busy game for Danian Parchment. 11 fouls and 1 yellow card so far in the game. We've seen some 5 corners for Humble Lion. They haven't been able to make them count, just the 1 for Waterhouse. And they have majority of the possession, Waterhouse, with 56%. And Humble Lion just 44. After 45 minutes though, it's all square. Waterhouse 0, Humble Lion 0. As we hear the vibes at Stadium East, the dancers are out. the Campari dancers, the Campari ladies as well. Lovely stuff going on. And yeah, the crowd really rolling in for Monday Night Football. Always an exciting event. And we certainly look forward to the second half action when it's to come. We go to a break, but before, let's have a look at Sunday's action. Dumble Holding against Tivoli and Harbourview against Portmore United.
Let's take a look at the highlights in this one. The Tivoli Gardens had some telling possession in that first half. Wellington with a shot from long range, and then this effort for Barnett couldn't quite connect. Then right after that, the go-ahead goal at the Bygrave in the 40th minute, his 11th goal this season. What a ball that was from Nicoy Christian. Really such a fabulous delivery, and the header was sublime. Second half, Tivoli Gardens really turned up. Barnett with another chance, tapped at that one, and straight to goalkeeper Damien Hyatt. And here's an effort from Shakeen Powell, forcing a save from Watkins. Moving smartly to his left. And then this was headed across to Simpson, and it was cleared over the top. Parker came on as a sub and was lightning quick. That shot at the near post, handled well by Damien Hyatt. Then this corner kick, keeper trying to get a hand on it, couldn't. And the Dunby Holding had quite a few opportunities. DeAndre Thomas setting it up by Grave, and fingertip save. Then the ball coming inside, and not the best connection from Garrison. And here is Warner Brown's effort that was charged down, and Garnett was taken out inside the penalty box. Shaquille Dyer bringing him down, and then the conversion. Rico Wellington in the 77th minute from 12 yards, getting his third goal this season. He's been really instrumental. Then ball played inside, and Warner Brown firing that one over the top. Should have done better. Dunby Holding, they had a couple of opportunities there. Nicoy Christian again instrumental in the many attacks. And Tivoli Gardens, how did they not win this game is a mystery to me, really. Parker with a chance, and didn't get any proper connection on it. And the Damien Hyatt collected well. As we take a look at the full-time highlights, seems a long time ago where Amal Knight went chasing off his goal line, trying to prevent a golden opportunity for Portmore United, and Portmore just could not capitalize. This one was sent inside, and the ball had gone into the back of the net, but the flag had gone off for offside. And somehow this ball made its way through, and then the resulting effort from Murray going over the top. Tamar Lewis's corner, so Bernard having to punch that one away. He was busy this evening. Alvarez Myers trying a curler. Amal Knight pushing that one away. And here's Trayvon Reed, so dangerous, supplying Garth Stewart. What a save that was by Bernardo to deny Stewart. Garth Stewart swore he got through, and then what a ball that was from Colorado Murray, finding Trayvon Reed, and the finish was a really good one by Harborview's number 10, getting his 6th goal this season, Trayvon Reed. Yep, he is the man. And some really good football being played by Harborview at times. Murray again in the thick of things, dragging that effort wide though. Yeah, just looking for that additional yard of space and sending the keeper the wrong way, but it just wide of the mark, and then this was headed off the line. That was a big chance, you know. And this was a lucky break for Harborview. The clearance, turn deflection, and then another opportunity, and trying to get over Amal Knight, but the defenders back in numbers. And in the 90th minute, onside. You can see there the line of the 18-yard box. Reed finding Murray. Oh, timed his run well. Collected that one well. Finished better into the far corner. And putting the icing on the cake for the Stars of the East. Nil all here at the National Stadium East Field as we prepare for second half action between Waterhouse seeking to go further up the standings against a Humberland team. Well, they are also seeking to get into the playoff position in the top 6. Waterhouse, in fact, can actually be top of the table with victory with 3 points this afternoon over Humberland. And if you're watching on CVM television as well as on SportsMax and the SportsMax app, you haven't missed a whole lot of action as far as this game is concerned. Both teams, I reckon, they haven't been able to get out of first gear from that first half, or in that first half really, and Waterhouse will be wanting to just step on the gas a little bit more for this second half. That's Daniel Parchment getting ready to get the second half on the way, and now it is on the way. Humberland will be kicking it off, and they're aiming towards the Caribbean Sea, while Waterhouse will be kicking towards the Blue Mountain Range. And Humberland did have a couple of opportunities in the opening stanza. Javane Thompson in particular was really good on one occasion, providing an opening and shooting at the near post, and Kemar Foster had to make the save.
WhatsApp group very active as well, Donald. Loud Music ENT says Benbow I got stitch up a net in the second half. Lots of comments about the field here at Stadium East. Yeah, they've really done good work here with the Stadium East field in Kingston. It's looking good based on all reports. Romario Lawrence says Humberland countering with real pace. They have been getting forward quite a bit, but unfortunately not enough action in the 18-yard area of Waterhouse, apart from maybe that opportunity that fell to Javane Thompson.
Donata Thomas and Xavier Virgo sending it into touch.
So strange that Waterhouse, the highest scoring team in the Premier League, 33 goals, yet they haven't been able to register a shot on target so far. You know, quite potent team Waterhouse. Also hold the best defensive record, only 12 goals conceded. And now with Kemar Foster between the sticks, you'll think it will get even harder to score. Since the return of Howell and Thomas as well, Waterhouse has been very stingy at the back. Of course, those two went on national duties playing with the Reggae Boys. And this man down at Elvis Wilson, what a find he has been in that centre-back role.
When you say find, I mean find.
Yeah.
Just came to training one day last year. Get back to that in just a moment. Benbow playing it inside, looking for the return, and got it from Shaquille Bradford, the keeper, coming out. And the referee has pointed to the edge of the 6-yard box for a goal kick. Good work between Benbow and Bradford. And keeper doing enough to throw off Benbow. But yeah, we're talking about Elvis Wilson, would have pretty much started pre-season last year as part of a training camp. Wasn't guaranteed a start, but worked so hard in the camp and in the first part of the season, forced his way into the starting lineup.
Yeah. The first game he played, I remember looking a bit shaky, but the last 5 games or so, 5 weeks of football, 6 weeks, he has been their best defender, for sure. Man of the match in their last game.
James, not a lot of power behind that one.
That's their first shot on target, Waterhouse. Was never going to beat Briscoe though.
Skinny, come grass, skinny, come grass.
Clennon. Dallas trying to play through Kemar Mullings. Edwards now has Donata Thomas for company. The bench in front of us, Humble Lion's bench, looking a little bit restless after they gave up possession so easily just now. Murray. Murray. Wilson.
Yeah, Elvis Wilson in the thick of things. Again, strong presence, Elvis Wilson. Bit of a missed kick as well. His foot a bit seemed that it might have been hooked.
That's a wonderful ball, you know, where the keeper collects that well, Shamal Briscoe.
Just the bounce there certainly had the better of the defender with that delivery, Kemar Foster, but that's that added bounce didn't allow Denardo Thomas to get in.
Oh, they've lost in a dangerous area here. Bradford, can he get there? He does. Keeps his balance. Thomas with the cross inside. Oh, it ends up in the back of the net. Well, there will not be a lot of celebration behind that one. And surely Waterhouse will come over with this one and say that they deserve to take the lead in this fixture. But surely that was a cross which ended up in the back of the net. And Waterhouse, through Denardo Thomas, getting his 6th this season. Well, they'll take it any way they can.
Unfortunate for Briscoe. Certainly caught him a bit flat-footed, and it's just the trajectory of the ball and the swirling conditions. We've seen a few of those here at Stadium East, especially from that side of the field. And yeah, Shaquille Bradford with the assist as well. I bet when he passed that ball, he didn't realize that he was going to add a goal all over it.
Benbow. Was he trying a shot from there?
He's been very quiet all game, Denardo Thomas. Humberland have done a good job to keep him quiet, and Benbow. But yeah, just like that, Waterhouse, the highest scoring team in the Premier League this season, 34 goals now.
He almost seemed a little bit embarrassed with that one. The fact that it went into the net. Denardo Thomas, almost as if he didn't want to give himself too much credit.
And their run of 2 clean sheets in a row, Humberland disrupted.
Bradford. Benbow. Benbow given the chance! And he did take on the shot. Briscoe had his eyes on it though. Not sure why they gave him so much space.
No, and he has scored from a similar distance already this season. Has the ability to strike it. Benbow, with his confidence, 9 goals on the season. Briscoe covered it well, but the ball had a nice swerve on it. Hit it with the outside of the right boot. Benbow. Yeah, I think the advice they'll be getting is don't allow him to shoot from that kind of range.
Campbell. Clennon. Oh, Clennon does enough to get by Wilson. Mullings is inside. And it goes all the way to the back post. Dallas has it. And it's hooked out of the area by Ramon Howell.
That's a player who you've hardly called today, Shamari Dallas. Usually such a busy customer for Humber Lion. He's been really quiet.
Remember, turn your body, Kaka.
Long throw.
Well, fun fact, Donald, you have to go back to 2019 before you can find a goal scored for Humber Lion against Waterhouse that wasn't Andrew Vanzi. And he is not here.
Here's Keith Simpson, who actually scored last time out. The last time these two teams met. Across the Benbow. And Kimani Campbell again had made a run inside the box. Clennon gets by Wilson for the second time in the space of a couple of minutes. Verga. Oh, that should have been a better pass to Clennon. But they're moving now, Humber Lion.
Yeah. 1-1 earlier this season, Andrew Vanzi. 2-1 last season, both goals, Andrew Vanzi. 0-0 2020. 2019, lost 2-1, Waterhouse 1-1. Guess who was the man who scored for Humber Lion?
Andrew Vanzi.
Andre Clennon.
Okay, alright, fine.
It couldn't have been Andrew Vanzi.
I was just wondering, you know. You were going on a trajectory. Virgo to deliver. Looking for Clennon. Headed away for a corner. No, it's a goal kick. Did it come off Clennon? Campbell. Virgo in the way. That almost went through the Clennon. Edwards sends it long. Looking for Thompson. Campbell doing enough for Waterhouse. Dallas trying to get there. Thomas was in the way. Thomas again trying to clear. Clennon on the volley, forcing a save from Kimar Foster, who had to move smartly to his right.
Having a better second half, Andre Clennon. This was a good strike. Good technique. Well hit, Foster did well. Has had a couple runs so far in the second half, Clennon. Looking to create for teammates as well. Getting off a shot now. Closer. He needs to be that player for Humber Lion, Andre Clennon, especially with that experience.
Simpson. Free kick to Humber Lion. The captain leaves it for Virgo. To the edge of the box. Thomas is back there again. Lennon keeps it alive. Bradford was stepped on.
Andre Leslie warming up, super sub. Devroy Gray as well.
Ricardo Thomas winning that one well. So the deflection goes behind for a corner kick.
Andre Leslie there, super sub, 3 goals so far this season. Strong presence. Javon James probably the player that will be substituted.
Briscoe marshalling his back line. Here's a cross coming inside. Oh! Was that Simpson again? Trying to guide that goalwards. Oh. He was in a good position there. Could not keep it down.
I think he was thrown off by the presence of Clennon though.
Yeah.
Who was marshalling that near post. It was actually good work.
Oh, Bradford gets there! And knocks it wide.
He's that kind of striker. Bradford knows how to be in the right place at the right time. Just didn't get the right part of his head.
Showed tenacity as well.
Yeah, he tried to nod it, but just the trajectory of the ball, it came off the top of the head in the end instead of the left part of the forehead. A good opportunity for Bradford. He's been making himself a nuisance in and around the area, willing to come deep to collect as well. I'd say he has had much service though.
Edwards looking to provide a service inside the box, headed away. Waterhouse doing enough to win it back in the middle of the park. Couldn't reach Benbow on that occasion. Campbell retreating and winning it. And it's going to be a free kick to Waterhouse in their own half. From the line, they're going to be making, what, 4 changes?
Wow. That's a lot of changes.
So Gregory Lewis is coming on. For Kemar Mullins.
Javane Thompson is off, no surprise there. Hasn't really gotten into the game in the second half.
Levon Williams is on.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, Williams.
Yellow card is shown. I think it's shown to Levon Williams. Yeah. First bit of action. Season goes into the referee's book. That wasn't nice at all. Right into his throat. Just confirm the yellow card to Levon Williams. Ball coming in and on the line with the defensive work. Thomas again coming in and was tripped up. Basco tripped up. Thomas.
Well, the two substitutes in the thick of things right away. Levon Williams with a yellow card there, number 10. And now Javon Basco, number 17, who just come on with another infringement. As expected, Waterhouse making those, well, looking to make those two changes. Leslie, I think, for James. And I'm guessing maybe Bradford for Devroy Gray. Let's see.
I think the change is going to be made before the kick is taken.
Yeah. Straight swap. James and Bradford off, Leslie and Gray on.
Agree with the changes?
Unless Shaquille Bradford was tired, I probably would have left him on a little longer. I think, yeah, Javon James, I agree with that change. I might have kept Bradford for a little bit more, but Devroy Gray, a runner, busy player. Andre Leslie will add a little bit more physicality up front. Tussle with the defense line of Humble Lion.
There's a delivery inside, and that wasn't the most convincing clearance. Thomas keeps it alive. Here's a shot that's over the top. Leslie with his first touch.
Yeah, I was about to say to you, neither have been in goal scoring form. Gray or Leslie.
That was a wild clearance of Eva Chambers there.
And Clennon getting in the way of Briscoe. Yeah, Leslie, that was never going to be on target.
Trick there by Leslie. O'Neill big at times, it seems as if he's going to be one of those emotional coaches on the touchline. Clennon. Bembo, the shortest one in the battle, trying to come out on top. Basco. Paisley, lovely ball to the back post. There's an appeal for a handled ball. Corner kick given though. Let's see what they can do with this, Humberline. Verbal delivery. The back post, headed away. Paisley decides to go goalwards. Wasn't the best option. No way that would have been given as a handball against Thomas. Waterhouse trying to transition to the attacking third, didn't reach Benbow, and now Clennon is giving chase. Wilson is there, cleans up everything.
Top challenge by Elvis Wilson yet again. So dependable in his centre back role. Reads the game well, Wilson.
Murray swinging this one inside, headed away. On the volley, it goes well over the top.
Hasn't scored so
far with the attempt. Yep.
Gregor Lewis hasn't scored so far this season. Generally plays in the defensive midfield role. Maybe that's why. Kept his eye on the ball though, but badly miscued. I don't think he went with the right idea either from that distance, looking to go with the side foot. Probably should have looked to go for an in-step drive.
Again, ball over the top, looking for Clennon. Wilson is right there. Virgo. It'll go the other way. Denada Thomas has his brother for company. He was flung to one side. Both teams just making some simple errors, giving up the possession cheaply. Close did enough there. And now it goes the other way. Leslie was trying to find Benbow, you know.
This has been
that was Gray rather, Deborah Gray. Lewis is putting his body on the line for his team. Paisley, Clennon through on goal. A strong hand from Kemar Foster, denying Clennon. Rico Edwards now. Ball played inside again, looking for Clennon. Didn't get a lot of connection on it.
2 or 3 big saves by Kemar Foster. This is the latest of them. That was an excellent save. Clennon did the right thing, looking to go to the far post. He also had a teammate there, but I think he was looking for the back of the net. But that was an excellent right boot by Foster. His hands were beaten, but the second line of defense. I do remember that save he made in the first half of Javane Thompson. And there was another attempt that was heading into the back of the net. I think it was Dallas maybe, and he tipped it wide. 3 top saves.
Here's the delivery from Thomas inside, and it's headed wide. Peter Simpson was up there as well. A nice header from Clennon. Hyde. Paisley. O'Dane Murray sends this one inside, and the header is a weak one. Need a little bit more there from Basco, I think it was.
Paisley has lost his starting place the last couple of rounds, visibly on the right hand side. Paisley likes to make the rows, likes to cut in and shoot as well. Probably a good player to come off the bench in terms of the impact he could have on the game if he gets the service.
Nice ball over the top, looking for Thomas. Thomas should have provided a better ball there. Lewis. Basco. Trying to thread that one through the midfield. Unsuccessful. Simpson now. Simpson. Leslie. Kimani Campbell.
Campbell almost was expecting the offside flag to go up, and it didn't. And just stretched to that ball. I'm sure Damian Gordon not happy with that attempt on his stronger foot as well. Kimani Campbell should have gotten over that ball and been looking to go towards the far post. Wasted chance. A rare one for Waterhouse.
Again, the ball over the top, collected well by Thomas. Has some space to work with, and he sends it over the top. Benbow turns around in disgust. Felt he should have been on the end of a cross there. Burn up. Donata Thomas for Waterhouse. Benbow trying to find Leslie. Basco. Cannon. Lost it. Cannon having a word with Daniel Parchment, who's already booked him, mind you. Benbow. Thomas. Had to
lovely
do that
touch.
quickly.
Lovely touch as well. Andre Clennon was sprinting in, and does that touch alone left Clennon.
So now Thomas switching the play, finding Andre Leslie. Leslie has a defender in front of him. Goes around him, trying to put it back. Virgo was in the way. Basco collects. And again the interception by Waterhouse. It's going to be a throw into Humberline though. Still not out of it. Moulton is getting ready to come on for Waterhouse. Bend those days up. Ball played inside. Levon Williams is there. Gregory Lewis. Lewis sends it inside, punched away by Foster. Paisley. Virgo's delivery, not bad, headed away. Afiba Chambers. Basco picks it up, trying to thread that one through once more. You gotta call this out. It was shown to the Humberline skipper, Odin Murray. Simpson with a free kick. Headed across. No issues there for Briscoe. Murray. Virgo. Would keep that one in play. Virgo. Who are the candidates for the man of the match, in your opinion, Chris Taylor? Let's confirm Murray. Showing the yellow card there.
Kemar Foster.
For that challenge.
Kemar Foster.
Ah, yes, the Waterhouse custodian. Campbell. Howell.
Must be said, both teams defensively have done pretty well. I mean, that was a fortuitous goal that Waterhouse got, but Humberline, they've done a good job of being very narrow in their defence. The captain, Odin Murray, Xavier Virgo, even though he just got a yellow card, he's been good. Of course, Elvis Wilson, always good. But yeah, I think those 3 saves by Kemar Foster, if the game remains as it is now, really the difference.
He's doing enough to clear the area. Play continues though through Paisley. Murray swings this one inside, looking for Clennon. Mistimed his jump there.
Andre Clennon has had a pretty good second half. The first half, I thought he could have done a bit better, but second half he's really turned up. He's been on the ball a lot more. But Kemar Foster here, yeah, 3 telling saves, 2 in the first half and 1 especially in the second, and denying that man on the last attempt. Andre Clennon probably thought he had a goal. He's had a couple looks, he's made himself visible. And he's operated well in the second half as a lone man up front for Humberline.
Ricardo Thomas dinks it, and Leslie couldn't get there ahead of Briscoe. Here's Gregory Lewis. Can Humberline get an equalizer here? Virgo on it. Paisley. Poor ball inside.
Well, Waterhouse do have the best defensive record for a reason. Just 12 goals conceded, and this is match week 17.
Ricardo Thomas.
Highest scoring team, stingiest team. They hold both awards.
And yet,
they're in second.
Before the start of this one, in second spot.
But as we said, if this continues as it is, Waterhouse will be back on top with a superior goal difference.
Paisley. Virgo has time to deliver a good cross. Wasn't the best. Denada Thomas is across there. Figured it would have been better for them to retain possession. Players down for Waterhouse, but Humberline, they continue. Clennon. Trying to thread that one through. I don't think Hyde was on the same page with Clennon.
Not sure what's up with Leslie. He's holding the shoulder, but initially I thought it might have been the leg. It is the shoulder. Crowd certainly getting thicker. SportsMax at moment. Andre Clennon with a shot and a save by Kimar Foster. Top save, look at that. That was heading towards the far corner. Clennon thought he had scored. Foster said no way. Back in between the sticks for Waterhouse, the two-time Premier League winner. And that's the SportsMax app moment. Of course, you can watch this on the SportsMax app and so many other sporting material as well. The NBA, WTA tennis, the Jamaica Premier League.
We're hearing that 4 minutes will be played. 4 minutes of stoppages.
I'm sure you will be able to get something to be a
Campbell. Moulton. Campbell was eclipsed there. Went down in a heap. Referee basically ignored him. Thomas. He's still inside the box. Campbell. Leslie. Simpson. Keithy Simpson. Oh. He thought he saw a gap.
He probably did, because Briscoe was scrambling towards the near post, so obviously he didn't have it covered. Had he been at his near post, he wouldn't have worried about this strike. Yeah, there was a gap, Donald. There certainly was a gap.
Denada Thomas is off. Damian Baines is on.
Out for so long, Damian Baines, due to injury. one of the senior players in this Waterhouse squad. They've been doing so well that he hasn't been able to get himself back into the starting lineup.
Murray, Paisley, Basco. The delivery from Murray inside. Clennon was there. Basco trying to control, and Waterhouse will come away with it, or at least they'll try to. Leslie was fouled. Campbell sends it long. Moulton's effort is wide of the mark.
Yet to score a goal this season, Andre Moulton. Your number 9. Scuffed that shot a bit. Giving away the ball a little bit too much now.
Waddle still looking for a second. Andre Leslie from long range there, trying to add to his 3 goals this season, the number 27. They have about 90 seconds to go, Humberline. They really need to get on with it. Campbell doing enough there. Virgo. Virgo gets it back. There's a cross inside of the back post. There's a chance! Across the face of goal! That was a big chance for the equalizer. The ball whipped in by Xavier and Virgo.
Levon Williams at the back post. Just the hang on the ball. Kemarfosa realised he wouldn't have gotten there. And yeah, that head had beat his left hand as well, but it beat the left upright too. Levon Williams back into the thick of things in the JPL. He's been around a long time. Couldn't find the far post. What a chance that was.
A chance to remember, a chance to forget, as they still trail here, Humberland. Oh, that's a late challenge coming in from Basco, and he will go into the referee's book. He's a little bit too aggressive there on Damien Binns.
I'm not sure what kind of challenge that was. Just took out the player. Had no intention of playing the ball. Humberland really can't afford to waste any time through needless fouls. They actually need the ball and need to get it upfield quickly.
Oh, Waterhouse, they have the ball down. Interception made. Hopeful ball to Clennon. Waterhouse, they have it back. And that's enough. 4 minutes of stoppages played. And 90 minutes have elapsed here. And Waterhouse with the 3 points, courtesy of a strike by Donata Thomas, his 6th goal this season. And with that, they get the 3 points and they're back at the top of the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel. Humberline, they tried their best. And in the end, They were bested by a team which had the majority of the possession as well as a bit of luck, if we are to be fair, when you look on the goal. They've been picking up the points along the way, Waterhouse. A narrow win last week over Malines United, and another close one here over Humber Lion. It finishes here 1-0, Waterhouse over Humber Lion. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights. That was a lovely ball played inside, and couldn't quite control the header on that occasion. Keneal Hyde just bounced a little bit too high there. Look at this kill. Javane Thompson with a bit of magic there, and then firing at the near post, and Kemar Foster making a save that he really had to make. Shaquille Bradford was through on goal, well, almost, and the chance here for Clennon, although the flag did go for offside. Trying to get a head on that one, Clennon, who was a handful, and Bradford keeping it alive for Donata Thomas. He was looking for the cross, wasn't he? And then it found the net. They didn't quite celebrate, Waterhouse, and Thomas was almost a little bit embarrassed with the fact that that went over the line. Bradford supplying the assist, and Thomas, well, eventually going into the back of the net. Chance there for Keith Simpson. He scored in this fixture earlier this season, had a couple of attempts on goal. Here's Clennon blasting that one. Foster having to make a save with his right foot. Probably his hand did some work as well. And there is Simpson wanting to get that goal, but just missing out. Waterhouse with 9 shots, 3 on target. Humber Lion with 5 shots, 4 on target. And it was a very physical game. Humber Lion with 15 fouls. They were shown 4 yellow cards, 2 offsides against them as well. And they just edged out possession in the end at 51%.
I have the man of the match, Kemar Foster, with me. Kemar, first of all, congratulations on the birth of your son. You were absent for quite a while. Welcome back to the JPL.
Thanks. I'm really glad to be back home. You know, so I just have to work hard, and I'm putting as much work as we used to do. So I'm glad to be here and get in the feel of the atmosphere and be again in the net of things.
Talk to me about those 3 big saves as well, 2 in the first half, and especially the one of Andre Clennon. Not easy just to come back between the sticks and perform at a higher level.
As I said, I have to come back and work. If you see, the team is very competitive. We have Akeem Chambers is here, a national player as well, so I have to come back and work and put in the work, and when I go there, I just perform.
All right, enjoy your moment. All the best. Congrats.
All right, thank you very much.
Kemar Foster, they are man of the match for Waterhouse. Between the sticks, back between the sticks, and keeping a clean sheet. I'm now joined by Andrew Price, head coach of Humber Lion. Andrew, not necessarily the result you would have wanted, but Humber Lion made it difficult, a difficult fixture generally.
Yeah, definitely. It was a hard-fought game. You know, I think that one defensive error we made really gave up the game. You know, I mean, we didn't really work the goalkeeper as much as I wanted. I thought we got enough opportunities where we could have taken the lead, especially in the first half. And then very late in the second half, we got 2 beautiful opportunities. You know, so we have to be more clinical. I knew that they were very cautious because they are thinking about their CONCACAF assignment later next week. So I knew they would be in 2 minds, so they were ripe for the picking. But we just didn't take our chances today. We made one defensive error, and that was the game really.
Looking at the game generally, yeah, that a bit of a fortuitous goal that Waterhouse would have scored, but the positives that you would take from this game?
Definitely the intensity of the players. You know, I think the young players are coming along. They understand that what they have to do in the Premier League, and it's a learning experience, and they're going to have to learn on the job. But they really gave a good show today. We brought in 4 players at one time because we wanted to kind of lift the spirit of the team and brighten up the team. And you know, we got a lot of energy in the last 20 minutes. And you know, if we were a little bit more clinical in front of goal, we could have taken something away from the game.
All right, Andrew, continue to build. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Price, they're the head coach of Humble Lion. And unfortunate for him, unable to come away with any points. The assistant coach from Waterhouse now joins me, Daniel Bent.
Yeah, man.
Daniel, hard-fought performance at the end of the day and yet another 1-0 victory.
Yeah, man, Humble Lion made it a bit hard for us, especially in the first 15 minutes. They stayed behind the ball, they pressed us in some crucial spaces. But nevertheless, 3 points, very happy.
17 matches completed and only 12 goals conceded. What's the key behind your defense?
Organization, instruction, communication. Those are the factors that has helped us to keep that amount of goals out, basically.
And the CONCACAF Club Championship to come,
yes.
How do you feel about that? Because that will affect your JPL squad list.
Yeah, man, because we fancy our chances. We have game on the 15th, the 17th and 19th, and it is something that we are looking forward to. So whether or not, I don't think it will affect our squad because we have a quality squad. So we're looking forward to it as well.
And now Waterhouse back to the top of the table.
Yes.
What was this something that you're working towards specifically, and do you think the players will be able to manage that well?
Yeah, man, we're working towards finishing in the top 2 at the end of the round, and that is something that we want to maintain. So we're at the top of the table and want to maintain it.
All right, congratulations on your performance. Enjoy the top of the table, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, man, thank you.
So the final score, Waterhouse with a 1-0 win over Humble Lion, and with a victory they are back at the top of the Jamaica Premier League, joint with Dunbeholden on points, but above them courtesy of the goal difference.